Alright, welcome back to Quartz Party Blood Drive, the light novel. So I didn't get to a point where I could save last time, and I was playing other things. So I've had to go back through all the dialogue to get through here, and even pressing like basically A the whole time. It took about 5 minutes. How fun. Okay. I think this is about where I was.
半分正気を失っていたのね。一人娘の幸子を現世に残して、自分は夫の魂と共に生涯をそこで添い遂げようとした。ランド・オブ・コープス。ところが、涅槃には意志があり、ヨシエの手でコントロールできるものではなかったの。
I knew that all too well. Just like Yoshie, I'd experienced my own tragic failure with black magic at the Shinozaki clinic. Okay, so maybe I'm not quite back, but I think I'm close.
黒魔術には障害反動がある。夫の魂はバラバラに飛散し、ヨシエの命も消えかけた。自分の愚かな行為を悔やみながら呼吸を止めようとしたその時、底なしに霊能力の強い一人娘幸子が涅槃を丸ごと体の中に飲み込んだの。幸子が
The poor girl collapsed to the floor, violently thrashing about as the weight of an entire dimension crushed her from the inside. This action had saved her mother's life, certainly, but death would have surely been preferable. Picking herself up, Yoshie rushed to her daughter's side in tears. So I'm pretty sure we've seen this before. Yeah, we have. So I'm just gonna try to skip through this part.
ごめんね。お母さんにはあなたがいるわ。
あなたも知っての通り、幸子も篠崎家当主直系の血を引くサラブレッド。ヨシエを超えるほどの霊能力を持っていたのね。涅槃を丸ごと体内に封じ込めるなんてものすごいことよ。
Aika took a big noisy sip from her coffee mug.
ほとんど最強の霊能者だったんじゃないかしら。まだほんの小さな子供だったけれど。でも
Yeah, I remember that.
死んでしまって。そう。保健医ヨシエの転落事故と同時に幸子が行方不明になった。50年前のあの事件。
あれは校長による殺人事件でした。
やはりそうなのね。校長が余計なことをしでかしたおかげで幸子の中に吸い込まれて封印されていた涅槃が復活し、あの異空間天神小学校が生まれてしまったのよ。
It's probably because the school was the site of Sachiko's violent demise that her Nirvana took on its form.
とはいえ復活した涅槃も資料として蘇った幸子の力で再び抑制されて、やっぱりその支配下に置かれていたようだけれど。
幸子がいろんな力を使えたのもその涅槃の影響だったのかしら。
This was all starting to make a sick sort of sense. The pieces were falling into place and painting an absolutely awful picture. I shuddered to myself as I considered
現
it.
在はあなたたちが脱出の際に幸子を取り除いてしまったから、涅槃は再び暴走状態になっているのよ。
Alright, I'm back. Something weird happened to the capture. And it stopped showing on my computer. I don't know why. I think it had to do something with the stream that's going at the same time. Anyway, alright, give me one Kizunuma. Kizunuma plucked one of the stones in my hand and slipped the other back into the drawstring pouch. Aiko brought them in and closed it up. He then casually handed the pouch back to its rightful owner.
その気になったら連絡をちょうだい。そうね。サービスとしてブックオブシャドウズの創作は私も手伝ってあげるわ。無料で。ね。
Aiko flashes the biggest, most gregarious smile I think I had ever
あ
seen.
の本さえ見つかれば一緒に行ってくれるのよね、あゆみちゃん。
I closed my eyes and gave something like a half-hearted half nod, lowering my head without raising it again. It was interpreted as a yes, but I'm not sure what I meant. I meant it that way.
じゃあここは私が出しておくわね。
Aiko got up and grabbed the check.
いえ、私も出します。
I took out my wallet. I had no desire to owe this person anything. Aiko just
そ
smiled.
れじゃ割り勘ってことで。そうそう、これは私からのプレゼント。
So, yeah, there are a couple of cuts in this video that are a bit weird. The capture stuff's messing up, so I had to start again. So, let's start here. Aiko handed her autograph to me.
嫌だわ、そんなに構えないで。これは無料で差し上げるわ。だから安心して。
Finally out of that.
最低だよ、あの人。
ああ、
鈴本さんや篠原さん、森重くん、ゆい先生、みんなのことが終わったら、この石はすぐに壊すから。
おう、その意見には俺も同感だ。両方ともぶっ壊す案だがな。
岸沼くん？
あの学校のヤバさも知らねえで浮かれてやがったからな。こっそりいただいてきたぜ。
岸沼くん、すごい！
緊急事態によりやむなしだ。けどよし野崎、こう言っちゃなんだが、生き返らせるとか鈴本たちのことはもう考えない方がいいんじゃないか。無茶ばっかしてお前がまた死ぬ思いするとかよ。鈴本も結衣先生も篠原も森重もみんなよ、そんなこと望んでねえと思うんだ。
でも、そうじゃないかもしれない。
いい加減にしろ篠崎。サトシや中島がどんだけお前のこと心配してると思ってんだ。
ごめん、でもお願い岸沼くん、もう少しだけでいいから私の気の済むまでやらせて、お願い。
くよ、いいか、一人じゃダメだぞ。こっちは俺が預かっとくからな。大丈夫だ。
I turned my gaze up to meet Kishinuma's. My eyes must have looked like saucers, windows into a mind full of worries, ideas, and fears spurred by this unexpected
な
turn
ん
of
かあったら
events.
すぐ連絡しろよ。前みたいに目つぶって突っ走って勝手に死にそうになってんじゃねえぞ。俺だってお前一人くらい守れる自信はあんだからよ。
Kishinuma patted me on the head reassuringly as he said this, and I had no idea how to react. I felt warm and safe, but also a little annoyed, much like a younger sister being simultaneously comforted and scolded by her big brother. All I could say in response was, I could feel my eyes still bulging from my head, opened as far as my eyelids would allow. I imagined how I must have appeared to Kishinuma and was momentarily embarrassed.
んじゃ、そろそろ帰るとするか。
Ready to head home? Not just yet. Could swear I saw something moving under the trash can. Okay, interesting. Must have moved out recently as it's been completely inside. It's late. Seriously, what is he thinking? That point needs to a boot to the head, I swear. There's a human arm poking out through a hole in one of the garbage bags. On closer inspection, it's from a mannequin. It'd been nice if that wasn't right behind the stairway so I could actually see it. Sounds already closed for the day. This building has actually been vacant for years. This used to be a photo studio, I think. So that's as far as I can go to the left. See the owner of the house happy. Obviously they're experiencing the daily joys of hard life and hardships of life like everyone else, but do they really understand what it all means? Yeah, I'm not meaning to take extra time. I just was hoping that maybe so I can go over here too. Where are all the people? The streets seem unusually quiet. Is it because of the late hour? Okay, at least this area over here is small, it seems. I remember running up these stairs with Mayu Suzumoto. At the time, it never dawned on me that the legitimacy of those memories could ever be called into question. Why would it? When you graduate, transfer, get married, you're always still able to see one another as long as you're both alive. But in this reality, it's as if Suzumoto never even existed. So I'm sorry to kind of waste time here, but what I was hoping to see is a save point so I don't have to go through all that dialogue again. She just got winded from running, it seems. Don't need anything right now. Okay, why wouldn't I go home? Why let you run around here at all? Come on then, let's go. It's really weird. I'm home. Tadaima, okaeri.
今日の変死速報です。死亡した岡部さんは背骨が折れた状態で都内のこの場所で発見され、
Okay, map was displayed on the television screen, marked with 2 red dots. The marquee at the bottom provided the headline, "Sudden violent deaths remain unexplained." Dinner will still be a while yet. Maybe you should take your bath first, Ayumi. Without thinking, I had left the socks I had just removed from my feet on the living room floor and began walking toward the bathroom. Why is it important? This was a bad habit of mine, so I ingrained in me that it had almost become ritual. Mom did well to have it caught it so quickly. I grabbed my socks and left the room. What does that have to do with anything?
みんなの魂がいる天神症でブックオブシャドウズを使えば今度こそ生き返らせることができるかもしれない。
I set my bag down in my room quickly and automatically grabbed my sweatpants and spats and made a beeline for the bathroom. When I got there, I threw my socks into the hamper with a purpose, then began peeling off my school uniform. As I observed myself in the mirror, I began to murmur.
もしあれがまた起こったら
These burn marks on my neck and arms were eternal reminders of what I'd been through at the Shinozaki estate. I could clearly remember the agony I went through as they had formed. I remember watching them sear into my flesh out of thin air, blood spurting from them as if I'd been knifed. I only survived because Hinoe sacrificed herself in my place.
やるしかないじゃない。
I tried to force self-confidence into my expression. When it wouldn't come, I slapped my cheeks hard. It was in me somewhere. I just needed to be yanked out
あ
into
な
the
たが
open.
頑張るのよ。
Okay, it's really weird. She farted. I lowered my head into the water ever so slightly, blowing bubbles in the water with my mouth. The pros and cons of returning to Heavenly Host were racing through my head. You just decided to go.
奇跡の力。確定した運命に挑む力。篠崎の末裔。私がやらなきゃいけない。みんなを生き返らせてみせるわ。
There we know you
シャ
decided.
ドウズのありかさえ分かれば。
If only I knew where to find the Book of Shadows. I need to get my hands on it again.
ブックオブシャドウズのありかだ。
And he's just in her
相
bathroom.
変わらずずれた感性してやがんな。
This was just about the last thing I expected. I couldn't help but scream. It was that same boy who'd found his way into my room last time, wearing the exact same clothes. He spoke to me without once turning his head to look in my
涅
direction.
槃を知ったか。やっと悟ったようだな。てめえの宿命ってやつを。
He smiled, still facing away from me. It was a confident yet sinister grin. How can you see it if he's facing away from me?
音響のまじないなんて基本中の基本だろうが。いちいち驚くんじゃねえよ。それよりも。忘れんなよ、それ。運命に課せられたてめえの責務だからな。その末裔ってとこ。
あなた。
あ？
警察呼ぶから。この変態ストーカー
My face had to have been as red as fire by this point.
うるせえよ、この父なし女。誰が痴漢だ。幼児みたいな体しやがって。てめえみたいな貧相な体、見ても何も面白くねえんだよ。
Exactly. My head felt like it now housed all the blood from my entire body. I imagined myself white as a sheet below the neck and flashing red above it, on the verge of a megaton explosion.
いいか、
Explosion.
よく聞け。ブックオブシャドウズは涅槃の中に戻ってる。てめえが篠崎家で失敗したあの時にな。ほら。
He handed me the photograph from
いつ
Aika.
の間に。これが何だっていうのよ。
よく見ろ、節穴女。ここだ、ここ。
I grabbed the photograph from his hands as aggressively as I could muster, then backed away slightly, putting as much distance between me and him as humanly possible. It was definitely the same picture of the little girl holding the hatchet that Aiko had shown us earlier, but I now noticed that she was holding something in her other hand too. It was a hard-bound book around the size of a typical desk dictionary, and though I could barely make it out, there was a certain aura to it that looked an awful like a face.
これは。
力を使いたいなら、もう一度涅槃部屋。天神小学校と言った方がいいか。すぐにあそこへ飛んでその本を手に入れろ。そうすりゃ、お前の願いも叶うだろう。
I stuck out his hand and pointed directly at my face, then slowly lowered it down toward my abdomen. He was now inexplicably pointing at my lower body, but as soon as I started to get self-conscious, he flipped his hand over and opened it, exposing his palm. There was another piece of tin yin gum cup there, the same kind as before. I'm not sure why I took it, but I did without even thinking. As soon as the exchange was made, he immediately turned toward the bathroom window, apparently preparing to make his escape.
何者なの。どうして私に。
My questions seemed to stop him in his tracks.
教えてくれるの。
I I wasn't about to drop my guard, especially given the obvious advantage this boy had over me. But he didn't seem like he'd come to attack me or anything. Rather, it was almost like he was trying to lead me somewhere, to show me the
今
way.
はまだ話せねえ。
He turned his head toward me just enough that I could catch a brief glimpse of the eyes beyond his hood. They were ice blue in color, but gentle and sincere. He smiled once more as he leapt out the bathroom window. I was kind of dumbfounded. I had no idea how to process what had just happened.
どうしたのあゆみ、大丈夫？
Mom barged into the bath, brandishing a broom. It was probably the first thing she could find with which to fend off potential intruders. Too bad she hadn't been just a moment quicker. All I could do was squat on the cold bathroom floor and stare at her with hollow eyes. There was no way to adequately explain any of this to her. It was late at night, and I still hadn't bothered changing out of my school uniform. I needed food, though, so I decided to hit up the convenience store on my way back home. I had picked up a bottle of olives, a pack of tofu, some mineral water, and other various things to keep me going for a while. This is Yoshiki now. I could hardly believe it. There's actually an occult section at the damned mini-mart with all kinds of stupid stuff like spirit, talisman, magnets, and anti-demon wards. I grabbed one off the shelf at random and looked at the company logo on the black side. PL Promotions Code Inc. PL, right? For these last 2 months since we'd gotten back from Heavenly Host, it seemed like there was a real spiritual boom going on all over the world. Whenever there'd be a strange death or something, the public would be all over it, downright excited about the possibility that it might be supernatural in nature. It was all over TV shows and magazines too, with independent researchers checking out spiritual hotspots and giving fancy new age advice to people just to push ratings or sales. And now this, exorcism merchandise next to prepackaged cupcakes and ready-made dinners.
コンビニでお札が買える時代かよ。ちょっと前までならこんなもの見ても気持ち悪いって笑えたんだろうけど、今じゃそんな風に笑えなくなっちまったな。こんなの本物相手に聞くのかよなんて思うようになると。
The item I was examining happened to be one of the spirit talisman magnets, seemingly the last one in stock. An old lady suddenly reached around me from behind and yanked it right out of my hands. She glowered at me for a moment before taking her prize over to the register. And I just stood there, staring blankly at her as she walked away.
なんだかよ。
ありがとうございました。
Can I pause it this way, please? Nope. Maybe there'll be a save point. Nah. More talking.
篠崎、何してんだこんな時間に。家に帰ったんじゃねえのかよ。
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna stop this video here for now because it's probably way over the time anyways, when I cut it all together even. So still on the light novel stuff. Some of it's completely absurd, like leaving the socks up on the floor. Why do we know that? And I don't know who thought it was a good idea to have what it's been like an hour now of just straight dialogue. 5 minutes of gameplay, hour of dialogue. It's a bit insane that somebody thought this was a good idea. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Maybe we'll actually get to play some game instead of reading. I hope so. Yeah, and you're probably bored of this by now, but at least you can see the game and know not to buy it. I'm going to try to get through it so people can see the whole game, but it's insane to me that somebody thought this was a good idea. I don't know, maybe it'll get good later on, but who wants to start a game where you have to do almost 2 hours of reading to even get into it? I'm gonna try to look at the preview for this game and see how they advertise it, because I think I did watch it. I don't think it was advertised like this, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna watch that at the end, or actually probably the start of the next episode. Let's watch the advertisement together and see what they advertised it as. Anyways, thank you for watching. If you did watch, I'm not going to blame you if you're not watching, because this is a bit ridiculous, but if you want to see how this game goes, I'm here to finish it. So, thank you.